Hi, welcome to another practice with me. Where I live, we are in the middle of winter and we're actually getting a snowstorm right now. So I decided to make this video in my husband's shop. Not the most ideal, but it does work. So thank you for coming and practicing with me today. We are going to be practicing using some props today. You do not need to have props in order to enjoy this practice, but if you would like to grab some, we're going to use some blocks. You don't necessarily need blocks. You can use large books, coffee cans, containers of like juice boxes work great for these. And then we're also gonna have a yoga strap, and you can use a scarf or a belt if you do not have a strap. And then of course always a blanket. So let's get started. We are gonna get started in a nice seated position on the floor with our legs crossed or open in an extended butterfly pose. I'm going to start by having 2 blocks underneath my knees for a little extra support. Placing our hands on our knees, maybe closing those eyes, and getting nice and grounded and ready for our practice. Taking a nice big inhale through the nose and a big belly exhale out the mouth. Another nice big inhale and exhale. And just breathe naturally. Having a nice straight spine from our seat all the way to the crown of our head. Finding that natural rhythm of our breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling that belly rise with each inhale and contract back with each exhale. And on your next inhale, sweep those arms up high. Exhale, dropping that right hand down, left arm high up above. Really breathing into that left side. Looking down at the mat or gazing up at the ceiling. Inhaling up through center. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Looking over that left shoulder, right hand on left knee. And just breathe. Inhaling back up through center. Exhale, dropping that left hand on the mat, right arm high. Inhaling both arms through center. Exhale, twisting over to the right, looking over the right shoulder, left knee, or left hand on right knee. Inhaling up through center. Exhale, dropping those hands to our knees and taking some nice big circles here. So we're inhaling as we come up and exhaling as we're coming forward. And then reverse those circles, bringing them the other way. And then coming to stillness. Extending those legs out long in front of us. I'm going to place the blocks, or you could take a blanket rolled up underneath your knees for a little bit extra support here. Taking a nice big inhale, lift those arms up high overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at that waist. And inhaling back up to a nice straight position. Walking those legs out wide. Again, some nice blocks underneath those knees for support. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale, dropping that right arm down that right leg. Left arm is high here. Nice big inhale, really open up, pushing that chest towards the ceiling. Left arm goes back behind the head. And on your exhale, swooping over to that left side, left hand down, left leg, right arm high. Big inhale, pushing out that chest, gazing up. Exhale, swooping over to the right. And then just keep this motion going with your inhales and your exhales. Really warming up and feeling that breath and that nice support underneath the knees, either through the blocks or a nice rolled blanket or pillow underneath will also work. And one more on each side. And coming up on your inhale with both arms extended high. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward. Placing those hands on the mat. Gazing off towards the floor. Nice straight back from our sit bone all the way to the top of our head. Walking those hands over to the right side and framing that right leg with both of our hands. Gazing at our toes. Walking back through center and over to that left foot. Framing that leg with both of our hands. Hinging at the waist and gazing at those left toes. And inhaling back up into a nice straight back. Removing the blocks, pillows, or blankets. And we're going to come into a nice tabletop position. I'm going to place the blanket underneath my knees for a little extra support on my knees. You can also place the blanket underneath the palm of your hand, like this, so that your fingers are on the mat, which takes a little bit of pressure off of those wrists. We're going to find that nice tabletop, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Nice big inhale, drop that belly, gaze up towards the sky for cat, or for cow. Rounding our backs, dropping our chins, pushing away from the mat for cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. And just keep this flow going here. Warming up that lower back. Really stretching it out. And then pausing here with a nice straight back in our tabletop, extending that right leg behind us, curling those toes, pressing into that right heel. Really feeling that stretch in the back of our leg and knee. And bringing that knee back down into our tabletop. I'm going to take my blocks, but you can use a pillow, a rolled blanket, or whatever you would like here. I'm going to place them behind my knees, and I'm going to sink back into that child's pose, letting my forehead rest down on the mat, really extending my fingers out towards the top of the mat. And breathe. Really nice big inhales and exhales. Really allowing the ground to support you here. And then inhaling, come back up into that tabletop, but keeping our hands where they were in child's pose. So our hands are a little bit in front of us, and we're going to come forward onto our hands here. So we're almost in a plank with our knees down on the ground. And we're just going to make some nice big body circles here. Going one way. And then we're going to reverse those circles and go the other way. Now some creaking and some cracking could be happening, and that's okay. We just don't want any pain here. If you have a little bit of pain, come back into your tabletop position and just kind of shake your tail from side to side and maybe look over that shoulder and come to stillness. I'm going to bring those blocks in front of me. Place my hands on the blocks, curling my toes, and I'm going to push myself up into that down dog position. Having the blocks under my hands just gives me a little bit more space here. I'm just going to walk our knees from one side to the other, dropping our hips and coming to stillness. Nice big inhale and exhale. Walk those feet to meet your hands. I'm using one block here to bring that earth up to us. Come into a nice forward fold with your head hanging heavy. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Bend those knees, extend those arms. Inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, forward fold, finding that block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping those arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center and bringing them down to our sides for a nice Tadasana. Nice big inhale and exhale, finding that nice grounding position in our feet, lifting up those toes and setting them back down. Nice big inhale and exhale. We're going to extend that left foot out in front. Knee is going to bend over that left ankle. Right foot's going to be coming towards the back of the mat, parallel with the back of the mat. Our hips are going to be turned out to the side. We're going to extend those hands into our warrior two, gazing over those left fingers. Nice big inhale and exhale, sink a little deeper. Flipping that left palm, bringing it high overhead, dropping that left arm down, or the right arm down, our right leg, left arm is high. Back into our warrior two. Dropping that left hand onto our left knee and bringing that right arm up next to our right ear, coming into that humble warrior. Inhaling back up into our warrior two. This time we're going to inhale, straighten that front leg, bringing our hands to meet above our head. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling up. This time we're going to keep that front leg straight, bringing those hands back down to that warrior two position, hinging at that waist, and dropping that left hand down to meet a block. And extending that right arm high. We can look up towards the ceiling or down towards the mat, coming into that nice triangle pose. Remembering to breathe nice big inhales and exhales here. Big inhale. On your exhale, sweep that left arm or that right arm down to meet the left. Exchange it with the left hand, placing the right hand on that block, and then turning that triangle. So we're opening up to the left. Left hand is high. We're doing a reverse triangle here. Nice big inhale and exhale. We're going to sweep that left hand down, and we're going to frame that left foot with both of our hands. We can use a block here or place our hands down onto the mat, coming into that nice runner's lunge. So our right toes are curled under, our left knee is bent over that left ankle. And we're just going to take a moment here. Big inhale and exhale. I'm going to take my block and set it down flat here, placing my right hand on the inside of that left foot, and I'm going to twist to my left arm high. Beautiful, nice big inhale, exhale, switch out those hands. So we're going to take our left hand where our right one was, and then we're gonna swoop open to our right arm high. Nice big inhale and exhale. Bringing those hands down on the inside of that left foot, coming back into that runner's lunge, dropping that right knee to the mat, and walking that left foot to the edge of the mat. We're really pressing in to that left hip here. This is a lizard's pose, and we can stay here with our hands, or we can drop down onto our elbows. I am not able to drop onto my elbows without the help of blocks, so I like to put them here so that I can deepen this stretch a bit. Nice big inhale and exhale. We're gonna swoop that left foot back to meet the right, and then keeping my hands on the blocks, I'm gonna really bend into this child's pose, keeping my hands lifted here, forehead to the mat. Nice big inhale and exhale. Another big inhale, and then I'm gonna push myself up into down dog. Nice big exhale through the mouth. We're gonna walk those knees from side to side, dropping those hips. And then coming to stillness. Nice big inhale and exhale. Walking those feet up to meet our hands. Again, using one block here for our nice forward fold. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we're gonna roll ourselves up to stand. Finding that Tadasana. Nice big inhale. Swooping those arms up. Exhale, hinging at that waist forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees, swoosh those arms up. Exhaling, hands through heart center, and finding that nice Tadasana. Hands down, palms out. Getting nice and grounded in those feet again. Getting ourselves centered, getting ourselves grounded. Remembering to breathe. And let's ground down into that left foot, and then we're going to bring that right foot into a tree pose. So we can place that right heel on our left foot, on our left ankle, or above or below that left knee. We can also use a block here and set it next to our left foot, placing our right foot on it with the toe. This brings our right foot up a little bit higher and helps us work on some balance while still having the support of the ground. We're finding that focal point, and we're breathing. Nice big inhales and exhales in our tree pose. One more big inhale and exhale, release, shake everything out. Inhaling those arms up high overhead. Exhale, dropping that right arm down, left arm is high. Inhaling through center, exhale, dropping that left hand down, right arm is high. Inhaling through center, exhale, hands through heart center. This time we're going to take that right foot towards the top of our mat, left foot goes back towards the back of our mat. Hips are towards the side, extending those arms out, looking over those right fingers. Nice big inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. Flip that right palm, bring it overhead, dropping that left arm down, our left leg, gazing down towards the ground or up at the ceiling. Inhaling, warrior two. Exhale, dropping that right arm, bringing that left arm along our left ear. Inhaling, warrior two. Nice big exhale. Inhaling, straighten that left or that right leg. Bring those hands to meet up top. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhaling up, keeping that front leg straight, dropping those arms back into that warrior two position, hinging at that waist, and dropping that right arm onto a block. Left arm is high, coming into your triangle pose. Nice big inhale and exhale here. Finding that good, nice natural breath. Big inhale, exhale, drop that left hand, replacing it the right and opening up to the right. Putting that right arm up towards the sky for this nice triangle twist. And exhaling, coming down, freeing that right foot with our hands for this nice runner's lunge. Placing our left hand on the block and twisting open, right arm is high. Nice big inhale and exhale. Another big inhale, exhale, switch out that left hand with the right. Turning open to the left side, bringing that left arm up high. Big exhale, bringing both hands to the inside of that right foot, dropping that left knee down, and really walking that left or that right foot out to the side of the mat. And then staying up on our hands or coming down onto our elbows with or without a block. And really breathing into this lizard pose, opening up that right hip. Finding that nice, normal breathing here. Big inhale, swooping that right foot back to meet the left and coming down into that child's pose. Again, you can have the blocks underneath your hands for child's pose or behind your knees, or not at all. Whatever feels good to you. And just breathe. Nice big inhale and exhale. Inhaling yourself back up into that table position, curling those toes and pushing up into that downward facing dog. Big inhale and exhale, walking your feet up to meet your hands. Using that block for support. Big inhale and exhale in this nice, beautiful forward fold. Shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Bending those knees, swooping up those arms. Exhaling, hands through heart center. And bringing them back into our Tadasana pose. Getting ourselves nice and grounded and ready for that tree on our right side. So we're going to ground down into that right foot. And the left heel can go on the right foot, on the right ankle, or above or below the right knee. Or we can grab that block, slide it next to that right foot, and set our toes on there. Working on that balance pose. Finding that focal point. And remembering to breathe. Big inhale and exhale, release everything down, shake it out. Beautiful job. Nice big inhale, arms swoop up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center into a nice forward fold. Finding that block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Planting those hands. Stepping back into a high or knees down plank. Taking a moment here, nice big inhale and exhale. Finding ourselves back into our tabletop. Maybe grabbing that blanket again, placing it under the knees or under the palms of our hands. Finding that nice straight table. Inhaling, dropping the belly, coming into our cow. Exhale, rounding, going into our cat. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. And just keep this flow going. Through our breath. Coming to a nice straight back. We're going to swoop those legs, coming into a nice seated position. Bringing the soles of our feet together, getting ready for our butterfly pose. Placing those blocks back underneath those knees. Sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, hinging forward, pushing into those knees with our elbows. Dropping our gaze just in front of our toes to keep that nice straight spine. Remembering to breathe. Inhaling, coming up to a nice seated position. Crossing those legs in our Sukhasana easy pose. Again, blocks underneath our knees for a little bit of support. And grab that scarf or that belt or that yoga strap, or you don't need any of them at all. We're going to take our hands on the strap and we're going to put them up over our heads. So if you're not using a strap, our arms should be extended a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And we're going to take a nice big inhale and exhale. We're going to bend over to the right. Just making sure that if you're not using a strap, that you're keeping that distance between your hands. Inhaling up through center, exhaling over to the left. Inhaling back through center, exhale, slowly lowering your hands down in front of you. And inhale, bringing them back up. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up. Exhale, going to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhale, dropping to the left. Inhaling up through center. And then bringing it back to our knees again. And inhaling back up. We're going to let go of this strap with our right hand and wrap that right hand behind us. And we're going to slowly drop the left arm behind our head. And with our right hand, we're going to grab that strap or our left hand. So I'm going to turn around here so you can kind of see. So I'm holding on to the strap with my right hand at the bottom and my left hand on the top. The strap is really great for helping elongate our arms to make this pose, or we might be able to link our fingers. Nice big inhale and exhale, release it out. Shake out those arms, shake out those shoulders, and then grab that strap again. So big inhale, lifting that strap up. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhaling it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhaling the strap up. Exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. And then we're going to slowly drop that strap and our arms down. We're going to inhale up, turning towards the center. Exhale, dropping and turning over to the left. Inhaling through center. Exhale, twisting over to the right as we drop those arms down. Inhaling up through center and back over to the left. Do one more on each side. and then knee in the center. On our inhale, we're going to drop the strap with our left hand, bring that behind our back, dropping our right hand behind our head, and then either touching our fingers together or using that strap for this stretch. Nice big inhales and exhales here, really breathing into this stretch. And then exhale, release. Shaking out those arms, shaking out those shoulders. Bringing the soles of our feet to the mat, knees up. We're going to slowly lower ourselves down to the mat, laying on our backs. Bring those knees in. We're going to hug those knees into our chest and rock from side to side. You can also do a happy baby here. So with happy baby, our thighs are into our chest, our knees are bent, and our soles are going up towards the ceiling, and we're taking our hands and holding onto the outsides of our feet, and we're rocking from side to side. So either happy baby or just hugging those knees in and rocking side from side. Nice big inhale and exhale. Release those feet down to the mat about hip width apart. We're going to take a nice big inhale and slowly rise up. Coming into a bridge pose, we're going to slide that block, pillow, blanket, coffee can underneath our hips here. Let our hands hang down on the mat at our sides, coming into a nice supported bridge pose. Finding that nice natural breath. Allowing the block to support us. And just breathe. Nice big inhale and exhale. Inhale yourself up, removing that block from underneath and slowly lowering yourself back down to the mat. Letting the left leg go out long, hugging that right knee into the chest. And then we're going to take the right hand and we're going to place it on our right knee. And we're going to slowly bring that right knee down on the right side towards the ground. And maybe placing a block underneath that knee for a little extra support here as we open up that right hip. Inhaling through center, switching out those hands, using that left hand to guide that right knee over to the left side of the room and the left floor. And again, maybe taking that block and placing it underneath that right knee and looking over that right shoulder. Just really letting the block help support us in these twists. And coming back through center, grabbing that strap, wrapping it around your right foot, keeping those shoulders on the ground, holding on to the strap, and just gently pulling that right leg closer to your head, keeping a nice little bend in that knee. Bringing it back up straight, taking the strap in one hand and slowly lowering that right foot down towards the ground on that right side. Letting the strap support that leg, keeping those shoulders on the ground. And inhaling that right leg up. Bringing the left sole of the foot onto the mat and bending that knee towards the sky. And then crossing that right ankle over the left knee. And you can stay here and maybe use that block to push into that left knee or that right knee to really enhance this stretch here. Or maybe taking the strap and wrapping it around that left thigh, keeping those shoulders on the ground, and pulling that strap in, pulling that left thigh towards your stomach. And just breathe. Unravel everything down. Extend that right leg long. And bring that left knee in, hugging it into our chest. Taking our left hand and guiding that left knee down on the left side towards the floor or a block. Opening up that left hip. Inhaling that knee through center, switching out those hands, using that right hand to guide that left knee down towards the right side of the room, on the floor or on a block. And then looking over that left shoulder. Really breathing in, sending all of that new air into your lower back, filling that belly. Big exhales out the mouth. Inhaling back through center. Taking that strap again, wrapping it around the sole of that left foot. Keeping those shoulders on the ground. And slowly bring that left leg a little closer towards the head. Making sure you have a nice little bend in that knee. We don't want to be locked straight. We always want a gentle, gentle bend. Or it can be a big bend. But we should have a little bit of a bend. Bringing it back up. Using one hand and slowly lowering that left leg down. Letting the strap do the work. Letting the strap support us. Breathing into the back. Into the mat. Inhaling up through center, bringing the left or the right foot to the mat and crossing that left ankle over that right knee. And then staying here and maybe using that block to push into that left knee to really get a deeper stretch here. Or taking the strap and wrapping it around that right thigh. Keeping those shoulders on the ground and bringing that right leg and hugging it into our chest. Releasing that right foot down. Bringing the soles of our feet together. And slowly dropping those knees down to the floor or onto those blocks, coming into a laying down butterfly. Placing those hands on our stomachs, closing our eyes. And just breathe. Feeling that stomach rise with each inhale. And fall towards the mat with each exhale, letting the mat, the ground, the blocks, whatever you might have put underneath your knees, just fully support you here. And just breathe. And then I invite you to stay here in the reclined butterfly or extend those legs out, maybe getting a nice blanket and coming into our final Shavasana, getting nice and cozy. And really remembering to allow ourselves this moment. Shavasana is such a hard pose because it's so hard to allow ourselves this moment to just rest and to just be, and to not focus on any thoughts. We're just going to let them float by like clouds. And I'm going to slowly bring us into our Shavasana, and I will slowly bring us out when it's time. Relaxing your toes. Relaxing your feet and your heels. Feeling your ankles relax. Allowing your calves and your knees and your thighs to really sink into the mat. Relaxing those hips. Relaxing your back. Sinking those shoulders into the mat. Relaxing those arms and our hands and our fingers. Relaxing our neck, relaxing our jaw, removing the tongue from the roof of our mouth. And finally closing those eyes, fully relaxed. We are exactly where we need to be. Just breathe. Wiggling the toes, wiggling your fingers, rocking your head from side to side. And slowly, as you're ready, coming to rest on one side or the other, using the arm as a little pillow. And when you're ready, coming up into a nice seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, nice big inhale. And exhale, bringing our hands to heart center and dropping our head. May you go through the rest of your day with love and kindness. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you for coming and finding my page and doing this nice supported props practice on my husband's shop. Just me, real life, teaching yoga what I love in any way that I can make that happen. And you can find me on Instagram. If you look at some of my earlier videos, it has my Instagram as Everybody's Yoga. I have changed it to @just_Colombe because I felt like I was being pulled too many different directions and I just wanted to be me. So you can find me there on Instagram and I share all kinds of fun yoga as well as life stuff and living with invisible illnesses and just finding that joy and spreading that yoga knowledge. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming.